And good evening, everyone, and welcome very much to our online class. We're here this evening to teach you, I'm sure you know, a little bit more about essential oils. So I'm just having a quick look at where everybody's from this evening. We've got Crayford, Leeds, where else? South Lincolnshire, Sheffield, Bristol, Aberdeen. So quite a few of you from different places across the UK, and I believe we've got some people internationally watching as well, and got more people joining us all the time at the moment. So a big welcome to all of you. And just to let you know, both myself and my wife, Sue, are representatives of the largest of the companies who supply essential oils, which is a company called doTERRA, who have the reputation of being the most tested of all the companies for purity and potency of their oils. So probably now I'll keep quiet. Without further ado, I'm going to pass you over to Sue for her to tell you a little bit more how they can work for you and your family.
Good evening, everyone. So pleased to be on here tonight to speak to you about these oils, which have had a major impact in our lives and those of our people in our team already. So I can't wait to tell you more about them. So this is really just going to be an introduction to the essential oils. And some people will be wondering what in fact are essential oils. They are really the immune system of the plant. The definition in the dictionary is that they are natural, highly concentrated compounds found in the roots, bark, seeds, flowers, or other areas of the plant. Of course, the thing that most people will realise is that essential oils do give a plant its aroma, the lovely perfumey smells that come from plants. And the oil protects the plants from the harsh environment that they live in and from the insects that surround them. And therefore, that's why I refer to the immune system of the plant. And they also play a role in plant pollination. Just a little bit about historical uses of essential oils. Of course, essential oils have been there all the time. And if we look back in history, I won't go into every single detail, but it's really interesting when you search through different countries and how oils have been used over the years. And for example, in Egypt, essential oils have been always used for beauty treatments, food preparation, burial rituals, and religious ceremonies. And in Rome, just to pick out another one, ancient Romans often used to use plant extracts for massage, perfume, and scented baths. I can remember visiting some of these places, and they are quite to the forefront when you go to some of these places, all the aromas. And many of you will know that in China, for absolutely centuries, traditional practices have included the use of plant materials to produce wellness. So you can look back in history and essential oils have always been used. So you can also use essential oils to manage your mood. So it's not just about helping you with ailments. They can help you with your mood as well, which is sometimes a very, very helpful thing to be able to do. Of course, everything is natural and safe. 100% pure, tested to the nth degree, and these are the most tested oils, as Andy's already said. You do get a quick response from when you use the oils, and it is a very simple way to manage emotions. If you haven't tried them before and you'd like to find out, just try them and you'll see how they really can manage your mood. So essential oils can be used in everyday use as well as for the use of ailments, etc. You can use them in cooking, in your foods. You can use them to aid digestion. You can use them for hair and skincare. Can help your immune system massively. And you can use them to clean in your house. You can actually clean your house without the need for chemicals there either. A big one is neck and head tension. I think everybody suffers from that at one time or another, and you can use essential oils for that. And as we go through the different seasons every year, there's all sorts of discomforts and things that mess us up, if you like, and essential oils are there to help. There's so many things, the list is endless. So I'm going to talk firstly now about the health benefits of essential oils. They can help with any skin irritations or problems at all. They can help with your digestion and your immune system. and they can promote restful sleep. So not only helping getting off to sleep, but once you've got to sleep, sometimes it's a bit difficult to stay asleep. So you can have a really restful sleep and wake up refreshed. They can also alleviate stomach upsets, even sickness and diarrhea. Again, the list is endless. So you can, as I said before, it can help with mood and emotional benefits of essential oils. They can have a very calming effect on you. Some people will have tried the peppermint and orange experience, which is something I've been using when I've been at shows or events lately, and people are totally energized when they get involved with that experience. They can soothe you. They can have a renewing effect, especially the citrus oils, and they can be very invigorating and uplifting without the need of any chemicals. The oils are just truly amazing. So how are you going to use these essential oils? So there's three ways to use them. When I talk about the oils in a minute, you'll see little symbols come up. If you see an A symbol, it's talking about how you can use the oil aromatically, which means you can put it into a diffuser so that the oil goes into the air. You can literally just sniff it from the bottle, or you can put a few drops on your hands, rub your hands together, form a little cup over your nose and mouth and inhale. So that's how you can use the oils aromatically. You can also use it topically, where you'll see a little T symbol, which is where you can put it onto your skin and rub it in areas that hurt. And then you can actually, if you see an I symbol, you can ingest the oils, which means you can take them internally. And that's another indication of how pure doTERRA's essential oils are. The fact that you can take them internally, as certainly I do, and I'll come on to that more in a moment. So the aromatic uses of the oils. So you can mix the oils in a spray bottle, mist over a carpet, put in the furniture, anywhere you like really. You can add them to water and use them as a mist in your home. You can use them as a surface cleanser, just add a few drops to water and you can use them for cleaning. And as again, I've said already, you can just put them in your palms and simply breathe in, and the oils are very, very strong and very, very effective. When you use the oils topically, it's very beneficial to use them around your neck, especially in the headache situation, and the forehead and temples. You can put them on your chest and your tummy, arms, legs, and bottoms of your feet. Now, the sensitive areas are probably best not to use the oils. Really don't want to be getting these oils in your eyes. You really don't want to be getting these oils inside your ear canal, although it is safe to massage them around the back of your ear and around the front of your ear, but certainly not in your ear canal. And exercise caution if you're using the oils on broken or injured skin. Lavender is usually very soothing, but just be a little bit careful. Should you get any of the oils in the wrong places, your eyes, up your nose or in your ear canal, your natural reaction will be to go for water, to take away a bit of the stinging sensation, but actually the best thing you can do is add oil, which will dilute the essential oil. So fractionated coconut oil is the oil we recommend, but in the case of emergency, any oil will do that you happen to have in your cupboard. So you can also put the oils in your bath. They're very, very relaxing, so expect to fall asleep in the bath, so take a bit of caution. You can also make a compress, either a hot or a cold compress. Soak a cloth in water and add a couple of drops of oil. And also you can add the oil to any lotion that you use on your skin, particularly your face as well, and it will have a major effects on your skin. And again, I'm going to go into that in more detail as we go through. So back to the internal uses of the essential oils. If you find, I mean, they're very powerful, the oils, they're very safe, but they do need to be used with caution. So be sensible. Some of them are very, very strong flavour, so you may find it easier to put the oil into a veggie capsule and then swallow with water. I do take the peppermint oil, which I'll come on to in a moment, neat, and it's very, very effective. But if you find it, the taste is too strong for you, you can put it in a veggie capsule, or you can add oils to a glass of water. You can even add it to a smoothie, milk, tea, any beverage you like. but you can definitely take them internally. And you can even add it to, it says here, yogurt or applesauce. I haven't tried that yet, but it's certainly, especially if you see the little eye symbol on any of the oils, you can take them internally. So today particularly, we're going to talk about a natural medicine cabinet, which doTERRA call their family essentials kit. doTERRA produce 76 at least essential oils, but the ones that form the family medicine cabinet is 10 bottles. 6 of them contain single essential oils, and the other 4 contain blends. And for our way of thinking, no family should be without them. I don't really know how we managed without these oils before, but these will certainly cover most ailments. So we're going to go through these oils one at a time that are in this natural medicine cabinet. Lavender, most people have heard of, beautiful smell and relates to everything to do with calming the body. I'll just point it out on this first slide that at the bottom you can see the symbols, which means you can use this oil aromatically, into the air, topically, onto your skin, and internally you can ingest it and take it into your mouth. And the N sign there means that you're quite safe to use this oil neat. Lavender is a mild oil. Okay, so you can diffuse it in a room and it will calm anxiety and it will soothe you. And you can apply it topically to soothe irritated skin and lips. We said before that you have to be a little bit careful with broken skin, but with lavender, I've tried it when I've burnt myself or cut myself. It's a very mild oil, and I wouldn't hesitate to put it on broken skin. It's very soothing. You can massage it on the back or the bottom of your feet and apply a drop to your pillow at bedtime. Lots of excellent feedback, people using lavender on the soles of children and even babies' feet at night time. And if you did unfortunately get stung by a bee or bitten by some insect or another, apply that immediately, and the calming effect is amazing. So lavender is a very, very versatile oil. Second one we're going to talk about is lemon. Lemon is one of the citrus oils. The citrus oils have a 5-year shelf life. I'm sure they're not going to last you 5 years. And the rest of the oils last you much, much longer. So they're not going to run out in a hurry. You can add lemon to honey to dry a sore throat. I mean, many people have heard of lemon and honey for a sore throat. But this lemon, of course, is the pure essential oil and will do the job best. You can diffuse it in a room. It will neutralise odours and it will elevate your mood. Any of the citrus oils will lift your mood. You can use it to clean in your kitchen, in your counters, any stainless steel appliances. I've personally been using the lemon in my kitchen of late, and I have to say I'm astounded by the results. It just removes any sticky marks, any marks at all, and it just leaves it squeaky clean. Any sticky stuff, any labels you can't get off of things that you need to, it's amazing. And taken internally with water, it's an antioxidant and a detoxifier. Very much worth having a glass of water a day with a drop of lemon in it for your general well-being. We come on to peppermint, which is a cooling and invigorating oil, and I just want to spend a bit of time now telling you my experience and really one of the major reasons that brought us to doTERRA in the first place. If you don't know me very well, some of you will, some of you won't. I suffered badly from a hiatus hernia. I ended up on unsafe levels of medication, and it was decided that I needed to have the surgery, which they don't generally like to do, but they wanted to do the surgery because the levels of medication I needed to take was considered unsafe. So I had the surgery. They pull up the top of your stomach, they wrap it around your esophagus. It's really quite unpleasant, but it does stop the acid reflux coming up from your hiatus hernia. But having done the surgery, it then stops you eating as well. So you're restricted to almost a liquid diet. But it did work for a while and it stopped the acid coming up. But one of the core things with that is it's not a good idea to be sick, or it will undo all the work that the surgeons have done. And eventually, of course, the inevitable happens, even though you've got anti-sickness tablets and you are sick, which I was on one occasion. With that, all the good work is really undone. And then I was back onto a higher level of unsafe medication again. and looking at the surgery again, which even if I had it, wasn't thought to be as successful as the first time. At this point, a very good friend of ours, Lisa Burke, suggested that I might like to try peppermint oil. I thought she was joking, really. I tried everything peppermint, as you can imagine, over the years, and nothing seemed to work. So how amazed was I when I did try a drop of this peppermint oil, just put it on my finger, sucked the oil from my finger, and the relief was instant. Couldn't believe it. It lasted all day, that one drop, until the evening. Then I started to use the peppermint oil regularly, now only a couple of drops a day. But I'm so happy to report that now I need no pharmaceutical drugs at all and don't need to face a second operation. So for me, it's got to be my favourite wonderful oil. And there's other oils as well that can help with any digestion problems, which we'll come on to in a moment. So this oil you can also use with lemon in water for a healthy, refreshing mouth rinse. And if you inhale this oil, it really clears your tubes, it invigorates your lungs, and it makes you much more alert. So if you ever need pepping up in the day, peppermint's your one. And again, you can add this one to water in a spray bottle, and you can mist it if you're overheated. If any ladies out there suffer from hot flushes or in the warmer weather, it's a handy thing to have around. And any kind of tension or headaches, if you apply it to your neck and your forehead, lavender will, add it with lavender as well, it will calm your tension. So peppermint and lavender together are quite an amazing combination. I just want to stop at this point and explain to you a little bit about how the essential oils work. Your body, of course, is filled up with cells, and that cell, as this diagram shows, has a black circle in the diagram around the cell, and that is the lipid membrane. Now, viruses live inside your cells. Interestingly, antibiotics can't get into the cells in your body, so that's why when you go to the doctors and he says to you, you've got a virus, you've just got to get on with it because antibiotics won't work. That's why. And even if you've got something that antibiotics potentially could work on, we know that they're dished out so much that they're pretty much ineffective. Now, essential oils are actually lipid soluble, and that outer membrane of the cell is a lipid. So because the essential oils are lipid soluble, it means that essential oils can get inside the cells and do their work. So that's really exciting to me. I was really amazed when I first saw that diagram. So, and when you actually use an oil, it does get into every cell in your body within 20 minutes. So if there's a virus in there, it's not going to be there for too long. So I think that's really, really interesting diagram. So back to the 10 core oils in your medicine cabinet. Melaleuca is first aid for the skin. Lots of you will know that as tea tree. Very familiar smell, I'm sure, to lots. And it's good to apply that to your skin as part of your daily cleansing program. You can always add a drop to your shower gel, shampoo, conditioner. Will help your scalp and hair. One of the tricks I've found is with the oils is you can always put a drop of any of the essential oils in the bottom of your shower tray if you're having a shower. Obviously not where it's going to get washed away immediately, and that's a brilliant way of getting the oils into your body. And you can apply it to your feet and toenails after showering, swimming or a workout. It's a lovely oil, and it is first aid for the skin and antibacterial, so that's a must-have for your medicine cabinet. And as you see there, can be used neat. Quite safely. Next oil is oregano, and that is nature's strongest antibiotic, and this is a very strong oil. This is a very hot oil, and you'll see a symbol has appeared on this one with a red D, and this must be used diluted because it's that strong. The oils you can use in cooking, as we've said, and many of you will use oregano in cooking, but with this doTERRA's essential oil, you would not even use a whole drop. You would use a cocktail stick, dip it into the oil and add a tiny amount to any dish, or you will spoil the dishes. So use it with caution, use it with respect. Very good for the immune system. Not one that you would want to put neat in your mouth, and it's suggested here, of course, that you don't. So you could put a couple of drops in an empty gelatin capsule And it'd be a really good idea to do that monthly, especially as we go through the colder months now, to keep your immune system up straight. And if you dilute it, it's good to apply to the bottom of your feet, and that will help as a natural defence too. So keep yourself free from germs, protect your intestinal tract with this oil. I'm certainly going to be I've got some veggie capsules coming, and I'm going to be using that throughout the winter. Deep blue, this is one where you would only use topically, and if necessary, if someone's skin is sensitive, if you see the purple sign there with an S, someone's skin is sensitive, it would be a good idea to dilute it, and you do that by putting a bit of a carrier oil on the area you're going to treat before you add the deep blue, which is a blend, which is brilliant for muscle and joint support. And you just apply it directly to wherever you have the pain. The results we've seen in the 2 months that we've been involved are outstanding. Every time we're seeing people, I've seen people this week crippled with arthritis, applied some of this to their hand, and it's just been amazing. A word of caution though with this one, it's the only one that has a contraindication with pharmaceutical drugs. If somebody is on a blood thinner like warfarin, they really didn't ought to be using this particular blend on a regular basis. Deep blue contains wintergreen, which is a natural blood thinner, and so that you wouldn't want to be using this on somebody that is on a blood thinner. There are plenty of other oils to use for pain, but this is your first choice if you're not on a blood thinner. And you can even rub it on your muscles before and after exercise to help with any injuries you might be dealing with. And it says there, use a carrier oil where necessary, especially with sensitive skin. Next one is also a blend. This one is called Breathe. It's for anything respiratory, anything like asthma. There's loads of reports of how this has been so helpful. This one is probably my second favourite. It's one that we use in our life every day. Our diffuser gets taken upstairs every night to the bedroom, where we add a few drops of Breathe to the diffuser at night. And guess what? I no longer have a snoring husband. Well, for 4 hours at least, until the diffuser decides it's done its 4-hour run, and then I set it off again. But 4 hours undisturbed sleep is amazing after all this time. So you can apply it topically, you can put it onto your skin, you can rub it into your chest. It will clear your airways and breathing. It's not one recommended for taking internally, as you can see there. I've already said, use it at night time for a more restful sleep. And again, you can actually apply it, as it says there, to your chest, bottoms of your feet, any kind of chest infections or problems. I mean, we had a man come to our event this week. He said, I've got sinus problems. I can't smell anything. I'm just totally blocked up. Nothing will help me. We gave him a sample of the Breathe to try there and then, and he was totally sold. We offered him, following that, the orange and wild peppermint experience, and he said, I don't need to do that. This is all I need to know. And he's coming to our event on Saturday, locally to us in Hempstead. The next one is another blend. It's called DigestZen, and this really we call the tummy tamer. This is one that I add to my little shot glass of water in the morning with my peppermint. It will soothe anything to do with the tummy. And if you have got tummy ache, or the children have got a tummy ache, you can use it neat. You can rub it onto the tummy. It's good for travel sickness as well. If you do have problems with digestion, you can take it internally when you're having a meal. Again, the bottoms of the feet for children is really good. And there are many people I've seen in the last couple of months with irritable bowel syndrome, and they just will add a couple of drops of this to a glass of water, and they will get immediate relief from their symptoms. So that's the tummy tamer. Anything to do with the tummy tamer, anything to do with the tummy, diarrhea, sickness, anything like that. An absolutely amazing blend. It does contain the peppermint as well. On Guard is antibacterial. It's your natural defense against all the germs and bugs out there. If you, in the winter months, is a good one to diffuse in a room, in your diffuser, especially if people are coming around, they've got coughs and colds, things like that. I think it smells of Christmas. It's got a really lovely smell. And you can use it for cleaning. Again, use it in a spray bottle with water to do cleaning in your home. It will keep all the germs at bay. You can use it as a mouth rinse, and you can just dilute a couple of drops in some water. Use it morning and night. This has been particularly helpful to me as I was lined up for an appointment at the dental hygienist for gum disease, and On Guard has sorted me out for that one. And I don't think anyone really likes a trip to the hygienist, really. If you find the taste a bit strong, you can put it in, again, into a capsule. And this one, again, if you're a little bit sensitive or someone's sensitive, it's worth diluting. What is particularly interesting with this one is that hospitals in America are already using On Guard, and the results that they're experiencing with its ability to knock out MRSA is absolutely amazing. So why would you not want that in your natural medicine cabinet? Now we come to my favourite, frankincense. Frankincense is the king of the oils. For me, it does have the most amazing smell. It really is my favourite. It is one of the more expensive oils. For a 15ml bottle of frankincense, it's £76. If you break, but there are 240 drops, so if you break that down, that takes the cost down a bit, but it's amazing. And when you hear what it can do, it's one worth having in your medicine cabinet. It comes in the medicine cabinet, and you don't use it, you're not going to use it all the time, but it is amazing. You can use it to clean and soothe minor cuts and scrapes. You can use it neat. It's very mild, like lavender, so you needn't be afraid of putting it on broken skin. And you can use it as a carrier oil for your skin. It's an oil used in beauty. Again, if you go back to when we were talking about in history, Egyptians have always used frankincense for beauty products. I have been known, just on occasion, if I'm putting my foundation on in the morning, to add a drop of frankincense to it on my hand. It does definitely make your skin feel better, makes your skin look better, and the added benefit that you can probably smell frankincense for most of the day, which is really uplifting. It's brilliant for immune function. You can apply it to the bottom of the feet, as you can with all of them, and use it internally. Also been known to slip a drop of that into my morning shot of essential oils. And you can use it with lavender and peppermint to calm stress and tension. There is a phrase we have that says, when in doubt, use frankincense. Frankincense is also a driver. If you've got an acute problem and the oils are improving your problem, but they're not quite seeing it out of your body, if you add frankincense, it will intensify the way that one of the other oils is working in your body, so it can be used as a driver. It's also got, we can't ever claim to cure anything, but there's so many reports where frankincense has been instrumental in people suffering from cancer. It's a brilliant oil for using with people with depression, mental problems, anything to do with the brain, dementia. It's an oil that can actually cross the blood-brain barrier. So it's a very amazing oil. It has an amazing scent. And this is also included in your natural medicine cabinet. So on that very high note, I'm going to pass you back to Andy, who's going to speak to you about how you can get your hands on these amazing oils.
Thank you, Sue. And of course, I deny any knowledge about the snoring. Well, I would do anyway. So I was asleep. But so let's talk about some of the ways you can get your hands on our products. And there are several ways, and some people choose to purchase at the retail price, which is if you go on to our website, or anybody that introduced you to this webinar presentation this evening, you can be passed on to their website, and you can go on there and purchase at retail price. We generally, for most people though, don't recommend that, okay, because there are better ways to purchase. There is a wholesale customer option that doTERRA do, which gives everybody a 25% discount on all of the retail price. So you can buy it at wholesale. Works very, very similar to like a Costco card, where you pay a small amount each year. I think with Costco it's about £35, £40, something like that for a card each year. And that gives you obviously discounted prices and for that year, and then you renew. However, with doTERRA, it's just £24 for the first year. Okay, so very inexpensive. Most people normally get that back within a couple of oils. Just by buying a couple of oils, they've normally recouped that cost. Now, the good thing as well is on renewal, it's not £24 again, it's just £14. And that includes a free peppermint oil, which is worth £22.40 at retail. So that's a brilliant incentive. As you can see, you're getting back more than actually what you're paying on renewal. So that is a bit of a no-brainer, I would say. Now, the most cost-effective way to join us is actually with a kit. Okay, rather than buying the oils individually, by purchasing them in a kit, you save even more money than that 25%. And also you get the enrollment thrown in. The £24 enrollment is thrown into that kit as well. So let's have a look at our most popular 2 kits that people join with. Now, firstly, we've got our Family Essentials Kit. And that's got all the oils that you can see listed that Sue so brilliantly went through and described all the benefits of. All of those are included, including the frankincense. You get 5 ml of all of the oils that are there. And also, as an extra bonus, they put in the Slim and Sassy, which is a great, which is 15 ml of that, which is a great way to actually naturally lose weight as well and control your appetite. So that's just an extra that's thrown into that. Now, if you were to buy those particular oils individually, it would be quite a lot, but you actually make a £9 saving on the 5 ml of all the oils by buying them in a kit form. And also that includes the delivery to you. The delivery is very quick, and also includes the £24 enrollment on top of that. So that's a brilliant way to get started. And again, you know, if you're interested, you can speak to the person that sent you here. Now, by far the most popular kit that we found by our experience is the Home Essentials Kit. Again, you get the same oils that we've been going through here, but rather than get 5 ml, which has 80 drops approximately of each of those, you get 15 ml of all of the 9 main oils and 5 ml of the deep blue. So you're getting a lot more oils. So you're getting 3 times the amount. Plus, you're also getting thrown in, as you can see there, the diffuser that Sue mentioned earlier. And the diffuser, certainly if you've got anybody that may be a snorer in your family, that works. But it's not just that. You know, you can use it for diffusing all of the oils aromatically as well. And that's got a normal retail price of £41. So you'd expect, obviously, quite a big increase on the price that we just went through, because it's 3 times the amount of oils generally, plus £41 on that. But you might be pleased to know, by doing it that way, you can make a huge saving. A saving of £70. So it's not even double the amount, but you're getting 3 times the amount of oils, and you're getting the diffuser thrown in as well. So like I said, includes delivery and the £24 enrollment too. Not only that, and this is an offer that's only available for the month of October. In October, there's like I said, a limited time offer to this month only. If you started on a Home Essentials Kit, okay, that's the one we've just spoken about. So you get the diffuser, 3 times the amount of oil. You'll also get these 3 fantastic oils: Balance, which is a grounding blend; Serenity, which is absolutely wonderful as far as helping people get to sleep. If that's something that's, it's probably the most reported, or reportedly one of the best oils that they've ever brought out for helping people relax, just chill out and get to sleep. So if you suffer from that, that's a real big bonus. And also the Citrus Bliss, if you want it on the other end of the scale, if you want an invigoration, the Citrus Bliss is absolutely brilliant as well. So they're worth at retail over £106. So you're making a massive saving for the month of October, if you want to do that. And of course, if you're interested in purchasing one of our kits or any of our oils, or if you have an ailment that you might be curious about, if any of our products can actually help you, you can of course speak to the person that pointed you in the direction of this particular presentation. Also as well, We are looking and recruiting across the UK and Europe, and in fact the whole world, but certainly across the UK and Europe. We're looking for people who might be interested as well in sharing our oils. And that way, of course, you can earn additional money and really get all your oils in effect for free. And you can build, if you choose to, into quite a substantial income. So like I said, speak with the person who directed you to this online class, and they'll be able to help you, of course, with the next step. Thank you very much for listening, everybody, and good night to you all.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone.
My name's Emily Mascarenas and this is Tim Mascarenas. We live in southwest London with our 3 boys. We've got Frankie, Mickey and Ziggy. So I'm seriously outnumbered. It's just me and the dog that are the ladies of the family. I've been with doTERRA since October 2015. I discovered the oils about 6 months prior to that.
So our background is we're both performers, we both work in theatre. I'm currently in the West End show at the moment, Phantom of the Opera.
That's how we met.
That's how we met.
Wizard of Oz.
But as you know, anyone that works in the performance business knows that it's very unreliable. As we've grown and now had 3 children, there's always been at the back of our minds, you know, where's that stability going to come from? So about 6 years ago, we started a little music business for babies and toddlers. And the idea was that we would spend more time with our children growing up.
I had always been very interested in health and wellness, but I'd used essential oils and not really understood their full power. I heard about doTERRA and I was very excited about the things that I'd heard about them, the ways you could use them and what they did to help people. When I went to a health show in London and I saw the doTERRA stall, I was really, really excited. And I bought some oils, and as soon as I took the lid off the bottles, they just spoke to me. And I was blown away by how different they smelt in comparison to the other essential oils that I'd used in the past. It was like they were alive and they were vibrant, and I was very excited about that. And then I started using them. And then I was even more blown away. So like I started using them on myself, my family, my children. These are, you know, the most important parts of my life, my family. I wanted to look after them in a safe and natural way that I really believed in, not to have to use chemicals. And then the responses that we saw them having from the oils and how much I found that they helped us on a day-to-day basis was so exciting. And back at that time, I didn't really have any time for anything else in my life, but I just couldn't help how drawn I was to the oils.
So I think the way doTERRA's changed our lives massively is the security, the financial security. It was a no-brainer to us that this was where the direction financially was going to be more rewarding.
It took me 15 months to get to Diamond, which was quite quick, and I still can't really believe how that happened because I was so busy with other things going on, but I was just very committed to sharing the oils and committed to helping people.
The more we looked into doTERRA as an organisation, the more we trusted in the company, the more we saw the good they're doing all around the world. We just felt like this was a really special company to work for.
How wonderful to have found something that just helps so many people on so many levels.
I put our success in doTERRA mainly down to Emily because it's her character and what she gives out and her warmth and her generosity, and the fact that people believe in her and trust in her, that is the reason why so many people have come on board with us.
And so my message to anybody is, if I can do this, you can do this. So don't be afraid, don't doubt it, jump in and give it a try and go for it, because you won't be disappointed.
Smile.